Hello and welcome to session 8 of your Grammar Foundation course. I'm Vinith and I'm excited to take you into what I call the engine room of English, the place where everything happens. And that engine is the verb. Think about it. Every sentence you use, every communication you send, every opinion you share, it's incomplete without a verb. No action, no sentence. Even if you're silent, verbs are at work in your thoughts. Now, today's session is not about memorizing all the tenses or mugging up rules or verbs. Instead, we are going to understand how verbs and tenses are connected and how helping verbs and action verbs work together to form meaningful, correct English, especially in professional life. Let's start with something basic. Verbs show action or state of being, like write, speak, run, sing. But here is a real deal. Verb change their form depending on the time you are referring to. And this combination of time and action in grammar is called tense. Let me give you a simple example. I say, I write emails every day. Now, I say, I wrote an email yesterday. And again, I will write an email tomorrow. Now, look at the verb write. It changes to wrote and then to will write depending on the time. That's tense in action. That's the bond between verb and time. And this is the heart of fluent English communication. Let's look at how this works structurally. Every tense has two parts, helping verb and main verb. That is also called action verb. For example, I'm working on the report. Here, am is the helping verb. And working is the main verb, which is action verb. Both are needed to express the right time and form. Now, here is something very important. Helping verbs change according to the tense and subject. And main verbs may change their form based on tense, past, present, future, and sometimes based on the subject. So, let's go over all 12 tenses, not in detail, but just to show you the helping verb and main verb connection. And also, what are the key points that you should keep in mind while speaking English. We'll cover each tense deeply in a separate module. Today, we are building the foundation. Let's start with the present tense group. So, present simple tense sentence. I speak to clients every day. There is no helping verb here, but the action verb changes with subject. If the subject is third person singular, we use verb first form SES. Otherwise, we use verb first form. He speaks to clients every day. See the S added with he, and that's the subject verb agreement. But we say they speak to client every day. Now let's come to the second one, present continuous tense sentence. I'm preparing the presentation. So helping verb is am and action verb is preparing. If it is he, it becomes he is preparing the presentation. We are preparing. So for plural subjects, we change it accordingly. Present perfect tense sentences, I've completed the task. Helping verb have, main verb completed, which is verb third form. If it is she, it becomes she has completed the task. Number 4, present perfect continuous tense. So the sentence is, I have been working on this project since morning. So helping verb is have been. Main verb working. And remember, perfect continuous is different from simple continuous, as we also mentioned time in perfect continuous, and which indicates when the action started. Now let's move to the past tense group. So past simple tense sentences, I visited the client yesterday. No helping verb here. And the main verb is visited. Second form of visit. For he, it remains the same. That is, he visited. No change here. But yes, when we use past indefinite in negative and interrogative, we use the helping verb did. And with did, we always use the first form of the verb, not the second form. He came to office today, but he didn't come to office today. Did he come to office today? The common mistake people commit is that they use second form even with did. Number 6, past continuous tense sentence. I was handling the issue when the call came. Helping verb was, main verb handling, which is the action verb. For they, it would be they were handling. Simple. Number 7, past perfect tense sentence. I had finished my report before the meeting started. Helping verb had, main verb finished. third form. Now, please remember, this tense is generally used when we show two actions and one action completes before the second action. And the action that completes first is in past perfect. And the action that finishes later is in past indefinite. Now, let's come to the eighth, past perfect continuous tense. Sentence is, she had been working in that role for 5 years before she got promoted. Helping verb had been. Main verb working. Now here too we show some time reference. Remember that. Now let's look at the future tense group. Very simple. Let's start with future simple tense sentence. They will join the meeting at 4 p.m. Helping verb or modal will. Main verb join. Please note that earlier we used to have shall if the subject was in the first person, that is I or we. Now we can use will with I and we as well. Though there are few exceptions, remember that. If there is no action verb, we'll use be after will. I will be there by 4 p.m. And future continuous tense sentences, I will be presenting the proposal tomorrow. Helping verb will be. Main verb presenting. And future perfect tense, we'll use will have. I will have completed the task before lunch. So the helping verb here becomes will have. Main verb completed, verb third form. And in future perfect continuous tense, we'll use I will have been working on this project for 3 months by then. Helping verb will have been. And action verb working. Remember, future perfect continuous tense is rarely used now. And don't worry if you didn't remember all of them. We are not here to memorize it. We are here to become aware. Every sentence you speak has two main components. What action you are taking about, and that's your main verb. And when you are talking about it, that's your helping verb plus tense, of course. And remember, your helping verb changes based on tense and subject. Now, let me demonstrate this with a workplace situation. You're talking to your manager like, I finished my reports on time. Present simple. Or you can say, I am finishing the report now. It becomes present continuous. And then you can also say, boss, I have finished the report. It becomes present perfect. Or you say, I have been trying to finish reports since morning. Tell me, which tense is it? Write it down. Yes, present perfect continuous. The verb finish is changing form. The helping verbs are shifting, but the action remains connected to you, the subject, and the time you are speaking about. Let's try with another action verb. This time it is attend. I attended the meeting yesterday. Past simple. I was attending a call during the meeting. Past continuous. I had attended the training before I joined the project. Past perfect. Oh, I had been attending sessions regularly until last week. Past perfect continuous time. The action verb attend stays central, but your helping verbs shape the meaning in time. So what is the takeaway here? If your verb isn't matching the time and subject, your sentence becomes confusing or even incorrect. And that's what happens often in spoken English. Now, people say he go to office every day. Wrong. He goes to office every day. I working on the file is wrong. So what would it be? I am working on the file. You see, the mistake isn't the vocabulary. It is the helping verb, generally. And that's why it is so important to understand this core relationship between helping verb, action verb, and of course the overall tense. Now here is an important note. We will take up each of these 12 tenses in a separate module, one by one, in detail, with examples, structures, and practical usage. This session is just to show you the relationship, how verbs and tenses are connected, how helping verbs support the main action and the action verb, and how your message changes based on tense. Let me now give you a practical assignment to build your muscle around this. Here is what you will do. Step number 1. Choose one simple action like write an email, attend a meeting, or make a call. Step 2. Write that action in all 12 tenses, changing the helping verb and action verb accordingly, according to the tense. For example, I write emails every day. I am writing an email now. I have written the email. I had written the email before 10 a.m. and so on. Step number 3. Speak these sentences aloud, record your voice, and listen to whether your verb forms are sounding fluent and natural. Do this exercise with 3 actions: one from your professional life, one from your house life, and one personal hobby. That's it. Now, with this awareness, you will no longer struggle to memorize tenses. Instead, you will build fluency through practice and real usage. Remember, verbs are the action core and tenses are their time machine. Use them wisely and you will sound confident, clear, and professional. Keep learning, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep speaking